thoughts and welcome to Minisode
Nope.
210
Nope.
or 211, one or the other. We just got back from the live show a couple days ago.
Excellent.
Holidays are like Christmas is 2 days from like now. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I'm curious what you boys have, what you guys have come across in terms of news, if much at all.
I got a fun one. I'm excited.
Mine's like a couple weeks old.
Let's start with yours, Alex. Let's start with the 2-week-old dinner.
Yeah, so this one is a Columbus, Ohio situation, actually in South Clintonville area. There's a spate of large explosions heard in the sky.
That's been going on. That's right, the booms, right?
Yeah, exactly, that kind of thing. There's been other things that have like been heard in the sky like this. Like I remember maybe like 10 years ago, there was like a time when it was like those like roar, like in the air, like roar. Remember that like kind of sound that was there sometimes in like rural areas and stuff like that. Nobody could figure out what it was. So this is kind of like that, but they're like loud booms, and CPD had no runs related to a loud boom, but there's all kinds of stuff. Had nothing to do with AEP, which provides electricity to the area. They said it could be another company that were working on something, but it definitely wasn't AEP Ohio equipment. They thought maybe it's sonic boom from an aircraft, but there's no military training routes or refueling routes or anything over Columbus right now. They say it's a meteor, but that's probably not what it is. Very unlikely that that's what would cause it, but it could cause it. In Pennsylvania, there was a loud boom with no apparent source on January 1st, 2022, and it was a meteor breaking up in the atmosphere, which created a shockwave that had an equivalent of 30 tons of TNT, which is pretty shocking on New Year's Day.
Explains the sound, though.
And then there's, maybe you can help me pronounce this word, Jesse. Olentangy?
What's the spelling on that?
Olentangy.
What?
I don't know. City of Columbus is currently working to dig a new sewer tunnel. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the word is new, but it was from like Ohio State to Tuttle Park. Like Ohio State, Tuttle Park, all the way to Arena District. So it's like a tunnel that is like being dug, and maybe that is something that could cause this boom, but it's very unlikely. There's footage of it, if you want to see, of the boom on a doorbell right here.
Yeah, man, I don't having lived there, I don't think I've ever seen this word, but imagining based on the way things are pronounced in the middle of Ohio, it might be like Olentang instead of G, maybe G or J, something like that.
I'll take that. Shout out.
But I've never, not in my life have I ever seen that word, and I live there, so oh well. Or I've forgotten. It has been
Vibes.
15 years.
There's records on one of these sites here of fireballs from NASA, and there's not one on the day of the boom, so it maybe wasn't a meteor. And there's a post on Columbus from 1 month ago. It's like, this is like November 24th that this happened or something like that.
So not that long ago.
Asking about if anybody heard it. It shook windows, and like there's a lot of comments. A lot of people heard it and saw it. So if you want to check it out, it's there. It's pretty interesting. The username who posted the post is Rush Limbaugh. Limball. And give it a look. Pretty crazy stuff. What do you got?
I actually went online to go look up how it's pronounced, and all the people from Ohio say it's the way you really should say it is old and tangy. So that's cute.
Old and tangy?
Old and tangy. I know that's not it, but that's what everyone's like. That's what we call it. So shout out to old and tangy.
Old and tangy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jesse, what do you got?
Well, gentlemen, I thought we'd have some fun today. Okay. I want to tell you about Sergei Ponomarenko. In 2006, a man just up and appeared in Kyiv, Ukraine, insisting to authorities he was from the year 1932. And while many people immediately dismiss this as a hoax, which is hilarious because that's the thing we've been doing today, he had some surprisingly persuasive evidence. He was dressed in outdated clothing. He sported a very old-fashioned camera. And the interesting thing was that when he said, hey, look, I've been time traveling a bunch, and I can prove it to you. Back in the 50s, there's a document about me that was made. And they're like, okay, so they looked it up, and yep, there's a 1950s Soviet-era document about this dude, about Sergei. And if you're wondering, again, why a man from 1932 was in the 1950s, it's because he said he jumped there too. And he's been jumping around time for a while now. And after producing his camera for the film to be developed, he gives it to these people. They open it up. They take out the film. They make the film. They get the photos. And there's pictures taken in the 1950s featuring Sergei and an unidentified woman and what he claims is a UFO. Okay. After taking that photo, he is transported to the future, which is where he's right now. The mystery deepens when authorities say that a man of the same name disappeared in 1958. They then...
In Russia?
Yeah. They then locate his girlfriend, a woman in her 70s at the current time in 2006, and she is, in fact, the woman in the photo. She reveals that her boyfriend vanished for a few days before returning, then disappeared, and then reappeared again in the 1970s. I'm sorry, no. He reappeared a few days later, then time went by and he disappeared again in the 1970s. So he keeps hopping through time. She claimed to have a photo of him taken from another time travel excursion he went on the year 2050. Then, in 2006, in the middle of the night, Sergei vanishes for good. He has not come back. We have no knowledge what happened to Sergei. No one knows.
Fuck off, Sergei.
What's interesting about this is that right now, it's finally starting to get some coverage. And one of the places, this is where I discovered this because I think it's fascinating, is Joe Scott on YouTube did a video series about delving deeper into this. And basically what was discovered, again, nothing's conclusive, but what was discovered is that the pictures that were taken from, that had like the UFO and stuff were from a Ukrainian TV show called Aliens, which explored the possibility of extraterrestrial life. So we don't know if he somehow got that in the camera. We don't know how that works, but he also suggested that the picture from the 70s features Photoshop architecture and even includes the Empire State Building in some way. However, really, again, it's hard to find crime reports, doctor interviews, all that stuff. There's still a lot of unsolved things,
nuts.
But the potential for it to be like a long hoax is there.
I've been hearing lately, like, so many things from both of you guys, like really convincing things that are really crazy that I've never heard about before, which is just so nuts.
Yeah, this one I did not hear about, and I just saw it. I've been when we were out of town, and it'd be like late in the hotel room, and I'm just like sitting there. I would just watch weird YouTube videos and be like, yeah. And this is when I stumbled upon. I'm like, I'm saving this for the show.
Sergei. Okay, Sergei.
There's just weird shit going on right now. Like
drone?
The world is filled with weird crap. Like the drone thing has continued. It's been Japan yesterday. Actually, do you want to talk about what you came across today, Jesse, on the subreddit of the drone thing?
Sure. Also, just really quickly, I don't know why I didn't send this to you. I had this. This was one of the photos that I found online of this guy. That apparently is his 1950s record. I don't know, but this is the dude. He's got a sexy time traveler vibe to him.
Of
course.
Like it. It's just a giant viral marketing campaign for the time traveler's wife.
I mean, it might be. Okay, so back to what you were talking about.
Yeah, why does it cover? Because I want basically just the drones are continuing. Everybody, people are saying they've ramped up. Continue.
So I'm sorry if I instantly forget, but I'm not sure which town. I can't remember for the life of me right now. But a New Jersey town mayor was saying, hey, guys, I'm going to look into this. This is weird. I'll find it out. And so he kept having meetings after meetings. He literally went on the internet and straight up just posted all the different things that he was like, okay, so I asked questions and this is what they said. I did this and this is what they said. I reached out to a company that does drone interception and research and technologies, and they're offering to send things up for free. And we are going to do it as long as the FAA and the FBI and all the governmental agencies agree that it's cool to do that. And they went to them and they said, hey, you guys are telling us nothing. Our people need answers, so let us send stuff up. And the government was like, no. And then when they asked for a reason, the government said, ain't got one for you. And this, basically, it is, I'm going to say, many posts / replies of the same mayor being like,
the governor, mayor, and someone else.
And they're literally just like, this is what's happening. They're telling us nothing. We're trying to do something about it. If anything, it sounds like a good covering of ass, really, where it's like, guys, we're trying, and the government's saying no, so that's why nothing is happening right now. But it's a lot of really compelling posts by, an elected official to be like, one of my favorite ones, the thing that stands out is he asked them 3 questions, and the response, the next post is, here's what they responded, and it's literally, each one is 3 question marks, which to me says, like, they didn't tell us nothing. So fascinating.
The Wall Street Journal also reported today that Biden reached out to the Pentagon 4 times, and they stonewalled him every time about the drones. Specifically about the drones is what he's calling for, and the Pentagon refuses to tell him what's going on, which I don't understand. Like, I don't. How is that? Like, that's a Wall Street Journal reporting. Like, it's not just like some rag off. I feel like it can't be that they're like. How do you say to the president, sir, we will not tell you? You know what I mean? Right.
Like they have to say something.
What are they going to do? Shoot him? What if he goes in there and gets it himself? What if he walks over to that computer? Come on, Biden. Walk in there.
Yeah.
It seems weird that they clearly are telling him something, but they don't have to tell him the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can be like, sir, we just don't know. We got nothing, which again should be a problem.
Yeah, I'm going to pop it open and see exactly what the quotes say here. Non-paywall archive. Hey, thanks. Appreciate
I'm still waiting for them to just be like, guys, it was the project we were working on with Elon.
Dude,
I know it's not going to be cool. It's going to be something that sucks. It's going to suck.
Biden's first call to the Pentagon about the drones over New Jersey came on December 12th, nearly a month after the initial reports of mysterious flying objects in the night sky, U.S. officials said. In the days that followed, Biden called Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin again and again and again, seeking updates. By then, the drone frenzy had escalated into a major headache for the White House, fueled by rumors about an Iranian mothership, which was created by a Republican
now that's a hoax, yeah,
who isn't even part of the Intelligence Committee, so we would have never been briefed on that.
Like, what the fuck is that?
By videos of unknown blah, 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 because they're coming in off the ocean. So, like, that was his excuse.
So
Though the
what?
sightings began on November 18th, the Department of Homeland Security didn't brief New Jersey's congressional delegation on what it knew until December 4th, and then not again until weeks later, lawmakers said. The White House didn't address the issue publicly until the same day Biden called Austin, playing down what had become a national fixation. Quote, there's no known malicious activity occurring, White House spokesman John Kirby told reporters. Within days of the first sightings, DHS, the Federal Bureau of FBI, and other agencies were looking for explanations and were in touch regularly with New Jersey law enforcement and officials, a senior Biden administration official said. The FBI opened a tip line on November 25th and ran down every single one of the over 6,000 tips it received. As concerned mounted White House aides at the National Security Council began daily check-ins with the relevant agencies, the official said, never finding any evidence of criminal activity, a national security threat, or a public safety danger. But those findings frustrated state and federal lawmakers. Quote, I just didn't see the commensurate type of response by the administration to meet that level of public interest, said Senator Andy Kim from New Jersey. The response gave President-elect Donald Trump an opening to suggest without evidence that the White House was withholding the truth. We saw him tweet about it or whatever. He said, our military knows what it is, blah, blah, blah. The Morris County Prosecutor's Office said that there was no known threat to public safety and urged skepticism about online reports, which I would agree with. Obviously, take any online report you see with a grain of salt.
At this point, like, what the fuck even is true? Like, this is so insane what's happening right now.
Literally 9 hours ago, Lawmakers in Washington are seeking to ban sales of drones from two dominant Chinese manufacturers, arguing they can be used to spy on Americans and that the low-cost models are hurting the U.S. drone industry. A defense bill that passed Congress last week would bar new Chinese drones from DJI Technology and Autel Robotics should a review find them to pose an unacceptable risk to U.S. national security. So,
Weird
timing on that one.
Yeah. It continues across the Atlantic. Unidentified drones were spotted flying over 4 military bases used by the U.S. and the U.K. Small unmanned aerial systems continued to be spotted in the vicinity of and over Royal Air Force Lakenheath, RAF Mildenhall, RAF Feltwell, and RAF Fairford since November 20th. The Air Force said in a statement giving the names of the British bases. There was also a Navy captain on a ship that said their ship was being tailed by drones for hours. The Pentagon offered no explanation, just as in New Jersey. By December 4th, the state's elected officials took matters into their own hands. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy organized a Zoom call for the delegation with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, Representative Chris Smith, and he asked why the U.S. government couldn't follow one of the mysterious drones. Quote, "We surely have the capability to follow one." He didn't know, Smith said. A DHS spokesperson disputed Smith's account, saying in a statement that Mayorkas explained that the department had limited authority to track and take down drones, citing restrictions imposed by Congress. On December 8th, a Coast Guard officer at Island Beach State Park in New Jersey told Smith that one of its 47-foot vessels had been trailed by as many as 30 drones. Representative Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, a member of the House Subcommittee on Aviation, said in an appearance on Fox that he had, quote, high sources telling him the drones were coming from the Iranian mothership, but this has been since debunked. That's the guy who just kind of fucking made it up. The Pentagon spokesperson, there is no Iranian ship, she says. Biden started calling the Pentagon for updates the next day. A few of the drones might have been operating without authorization over New Jersey military bases, Austin told Biden, but most of the objects were regular manned aircraft or hobbyist drones, which goes against what the Navy guy said. That set in motion a flurry of congressional briefings, public statements repeating that there was no sign of anything amiss. Quote, "The president has directed his team to do everything possible to get to the bottom of this." The administration deployed counter-drone equipment in New Jersey. The FBI provided protection at the December 14th Army-Navy football game attended by Trump, even though it was played in Maryland. DHS handled that mission at a National Football League game in New Jersey on December 15th. The FAA later temporarily banned drone flights over critical sites in New Jersey and New York. Biden finally spoke publicly about the drones on December 17th, saying, quote, "nothing nefarious," and that's it. And that's where we're left off. That's from today.
Just another big question mark, basically.
Literally, it's going on, and the reports continue. They fucked with flights in Japan yesterday. Drones caused the flights to have to get delayed and whatnot. Yeah, man, it's going. I'm not, obviously, and I know people want me to think that's like, it's aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens. Well, something is going on, though, and for whatever reason, the government is just like, don't bother. Just don't worry about it.
It's extremely fucked up, whatever it is.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's weird, and it's just like, they're starting to be seen fucking just everywhere now. We got some videos from Canada with like a bunch of stuff. They're everywhere. They're all over the world right now, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's over a month and a week at this point. What, like, how long is this going to go? I remember the Colorado drone invasion or whatever that went for just over 2 weeks, and then it stopped. So this is over double that at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, look, man, it's so weird.
It's going to be really interesting to see what the answer is. I think it could be anything, but I think Jesse's right. I think it's going to suck.
I know. That's my unfortunate fear is like, I feel like it's just going to blow. It's going to suck.
And it's not going to be like, here's the thing. When I say suck, I don't mean like evil aliens that will dominate.
No,
like,
what you mean is government.
I mean like something truly lame that we're going to be like, seriously? We allowed that to happen? Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it's going on this long, and again, the weird drone law that pops up, and then, well, I shouldn't say. All right, anyway, I'm just thinking about the end of the show, the live show. It's just, like what happened at the end. Anyway, fuck it. That's that. I don't know. There's nothing I don't want to say it. So,
vibes.
Well, hopefully this is.
Let's just say, hold on. Let's specify for people who weren't there. Something bad, just something totally crazy happened, and it sent Alex Mathis and Alex a little bit down a rabbit hole of like, what is real? What? Oh yeah, so I'm super into it. There's a private conversation happening in the background of like, did we discover something awesome?
But like that's so frustrating. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully these drones. I wonder if it'll be like the Colorado ones, where one day they will just stop and the government just stops talking about it and it's just done. I don't fucking know.
At this point, I would be fine with that. It's freaking me out.
It's creepy. It's it's like spreading. It's just weird. And I don't know. Did you watch the video I sent you again last night, Jesse, with what I circled?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't quite see it the way you do, but like,
what do you see? You don't see it move?
No. Look, it
starts on the outside of the three that you said it doesn't move.
The thing is it's so tiny. This is what I'll say.
Looks like it moves.
I'm not going to poo-poo it because I vividly, when I was in Maui years ago for my parents' anniversary, I was up on top of a mountain and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I saw the universe, dude. Like there was no clouds. I was looking
no light pollution.
And I took a photo and my camera captured none of it. So I'm not going to hold that against you. Yeah. Clearly what you saw is what you saw, but I can't see a damn thing.
Bro, that's wild.
I do see it moving. I do.
Moves you're not crazy. To be fair, I cut the video off. I literally watch it just leave. It just goes.
It almost looks like an optical illusion. It almost looks like it could be an optical illusion in my eye, but what I mean is it is a video.
It's a video. It moves, and I watched it literally leave my view in my backyard over.
But what I got is like the motion of it. The motion of it looks like when I see things that are kind of like I'm not sure if they're moving, but.
Yes, that's how I feel. It's like it's so small and there's so much motion happening with just the camera as well that I'm like,
but it is a video.
I don't know
it's not my
what's
eye.
happening here.
What you should do me a favor, just like go to the start of the video and then fast forward through it and you can watch it move through into the center. I could do it to the camera right now, but I feel like, can you see that at all?
You could edit it in. Hold on. I'm gonna just
see it. In the center? Yeah, but then you can't because of the reflection on the monitor and all that stuff.
I mean, like, real talk, I do not. All right, I definitely see something moved back into frame in the center, but like...
Yep, that's it, because I rewinded it, so it went back to where it started. See?
But also the entire time, because there's exactly 3 other dots that look like a pyramid, I was like, well, is that what he means? Like, I just couldn't tell what you were referring to, because all of it could be interpreted as something.
Yeah, it is moving.
It is moving. It moves, whatever it is. And I'm not 100% sold that it's not a satellite. And I don't know if I should post it somewhere. Maybe I'll post it on our Discord and see what people say.
See if the Houston guy has seen anything.
Yeah, I will do that. All right, we're out of here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with another mini-sode here at patreon.com/IlluminatiPod. We appreciate you. We love you. Goodbye. Oh, and we'll get the live show up on Patreon for all you patrons for free as soon as we can. Okay, bye.